Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina. Hello, hi. If you are new here, again, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today's video, let me explain something before I start. This is my second time filming this video, so excuse me if I seem a little tired, but due to technical difficulties I have to refilm this. But that doesn't mean I'm any less excited. I've gone through all of this before. As you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about Every Which Way. Great, I'm so excited. Okay, so if you don't know what Every Which Way is, it was a Nickelodeon original show. It was like one of those Nick soap operas thingies, you know, like House of Anubis. You know how that was like, it's one of the few Nickelodeon shows that didn't have a laughing track, so it was supposed to be taken more seriously even though it's a Nick show. It aired, I have notes over here, so if you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, it aired on January 1st, 2014, and it ended July 30th, 2015. Now, that is a small span of time. I was surprised when I read that because I swear it felt like it lasted at least 3 years. But no, it went on for 4 seasons though, so it had its good little run. But I swear I thought it lasted longer. I fact checked all of this though. Yeah, so it only lasted a little bit over a year. Crazy. I'm going to be talking about the characters and what they did throughout the show and what I liked about them and what they contributed to the show, to the plot, all that jazz. And yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna go from most important to least important because I feel like that makes the most sense. So we're going to start off with, of course, the main character, Emma Alonso. Emma, you know, so the show was basically centered around her being a witch. Like, she becomes a witch in the first season. She has to deal with being a witch and a high schooler, you know, that whole thing. You know, for a main character, she wasn't that bad. Well, the first 2 seasons she wasn't bad, and then as the show went on, she got more annoying because she kept on doing annoying things, you know, trying to bring back people from the dead. That was a whole thing. She tried to bring back Andy's zombie okay, I don't even explain this because this is a Nick show, so literally all of the stuff I'm going to be talking about is so out of left field and weird because it is a kid's show, so bear with me. But basically, her best friend Andy, which I'm going to get to in a second, she had a zombie boyfriend from a video game, and Emma wanted to make him a human even though he's not from the real world and he's a zombie. So but she didn't think any of these factors through because she's stubborn. That's what I've learned about Emma over what I rewatched this to feel a little bit of happiness and relive my childhood because I need that right now during quarantine. But this just made me so frustrated. She's so stubborn and annoying. No matter how many people told her that doing this is wrong, she still did it. I thought that was annoying. Also, she kept on two-timing my boy Daniel and also Jax. I thought that was annoying. It wasn't until season 3 where they're just hey, you're gonna have to pick, that she was okay, fine, I'll pick. But yeah, in season 1 she was so I liked her in season 1. Granted, she can't act in season 1, but then again, none of these people can really act except for maybe 1 or 2 of them. Again, a kid's show, so yeah. But not that bad of a character. I just wish that they didn't. I feel like the show writers totally ruined her character development. As the show went on, she got worse and worse with the decisions she was making, of course, because she has to learn her way. But it's just because she's so stubborn and doesn't want to listen to anyone else because she feels like she's right all the time. I didn't like that. Also, when she tried to bring back her mom from the dead in the 4th season, I was did you not learn from Philip the zombie? Because, you know, when she brought Philip into like the human world and turned him human, she got sucked into a zombie apocalypse video game and almost died. Because everything she does has consequences. Yet that doesn't even... So the whole 4th season, she was making me mad because she was all about bringing back her mom. And I was like, you don't listen. You're just stubborn. Anyways, yes, that's Emma. Overall, not that bad of a character. I just wish that, you know, they tried to like harness in like her character development a little bit more, like a little faster, because it wasn't until like the end of season 4 that she was back to normal. But even then it was like weird. Andy, let's get into my girl Andy. Andy is the best friend that everyone needs. She comes in clutch for Emma literally throughout this whole entire show, even when Emma doesn't deserve it, which is most of the time. The one time she was annoying me was when Emma had to send Philip back into the video game the first time she brought him out of the game, because he came back twice. Anyways, she was mad at Emma because she had to put him back into the zombie video game because he's a zombie and he doesn't belong in the real world. She was mad because like that's her boyfriend, even though he's a video game character. Anyways, she was mad at Emma and like wasn't talking to her for a long period of time because she sent her zombie boyfriend video game character back into the video game because he's a danger to society because he's a zombie. Yeah, that made me mad. But other than that, she's a great character. Like she is like in my top 3. I don't have a ranking, but like the ranking I'm making in my head as I film this, she's in my top 3. She's a great character. Andy got a spin-off from this show called Wits Academy, where she's training to be a guardian or whatever, you know, because guardians are the people that help witches with powers. Guardians are witches, but they don't have powers. She is definitely needed. She helps guide Emma in making the right choices throughout the show. For the most part, that's what her character is for. She didn't really get any of her own plots except for wanting to become a guardian. So, and she ended up doing that. It took a lot since she's not a witch or anything. She's just a human. So she had to convince the council, the witches' council, of letting her become a guardian. Yeah, and I'm happy for her. I didn't watch the spinoff, but I'm pretty sure no one did though, because it only lasted a season. Not saying that means it was good or bad. I'm just saying that no one watched it, and I didn't watch it when I rewatched Every Which Way. So next character we have is Maddie. Maddie, I don't really know how to feel about Maddie, because here's my thing. So her whole thing in season 1 was to be Emma's arch nemesis, because Emma was trying to get with Daniel, and Daniel was like Maddie's ex-boyfriend, but she still wanted him to be her boyfriend. She never really explained why. Possessive, that's basically why. And yeah, that was her role. She was kind of like the villain, but not. She was just like bullying Emma throughout season 1, and that was basically it. But after season 1, she didn't get that much of a story. She got with Diego. That's cool. Her getting with Diego was a good thing. It definitely helped her not be such a mean person. He kind of helped her like get a sense of reality that not everything revolves around her, and that's great. Diego's a good character for that. Great. But yeah, other than that, she didn't really get much of a story. Diego basically was her story, because, you know, I'll get into him later, but like they couldn't really be together, so throughout the show it's just them battling like how they can be together and not be judged for it. Next character, Daniel Miller. Now Daniel, he's a average character at best. Not gonna lie, there's not really much to his character other than like he's the guy that like I guess every girl in the school wants, but he dates Emma on and off for like 2 or 3 seasons. He's cool. He was a good boyfriend to Emma. He definitely didn't deserve any of the stuff that happened to him in season 4, where he was brought into a different reality because of Emma. That was crazy. And then he almost disappeared because of Emma from existence. That's another thing. He didn't really deserve anything that happened to him in season 4. However, like leading up to seasons 2 and 3, kind of being a jerk. I don't like the way he talked to Emma some of the time. He was in season 2, he was very weird. Like he was trying to like, because at the beginning of season 2, everyone thinks that Emma lost her powers, and but she didn't. She just didn't tell anyone that she has her powers. And he's like, oh, I'm so happy you don't have your powers because maybe we can have a normal relationship. Basically saying, I don't like you for you and I'm glad that you've changed so we can now be together. That's what I got from it. I didn't like that at all. Overall though, not that bad of a character. I hope the best for him after everything he went through in the last season. Next is another top 3 favorite of mine, Diego. Diego, MVP. He's a great character. Now, I wish we could have gotten a chance to know more about Diego. Because here's the thing. We know that he's a Kanai. Meaning that he's like the avatar. He like has all control of the elements, natural, weather element, wind, fire, earth, all that stuff. But we don't really get to see much about his powers or like where he came from. That was like until like Mia showed up. I'll get to her soon, but yeah, I wish we got to know more of like what he could do with his powers and like him becoming who he is, because we only got to see Emma's journey of becoming a witch. We didn't really get to see Diego because they basically found out at the same time what they were, yet it focused more on Emma, of course, because she's the main character. But I wish we got to see more of Diego's plotline, but that's just me. Just like Maddie, he didn't really get much of a story. His story bounced off of Maddie's story since they were dating after season 1. Witches and Kanais apparently don't get along, so they had to like try and like be together while also dealing with the judgment of other witches. So that was their whole thing. That lasted for like 3 seasons throughout the whole entire show. Like I said before, Diego was really good for Maddie. However, he needed to grow a backbone because the way Maddie was treating him in season 2, because season 2 was all about him trying to win her over and get her to see him as like boyfriend material or whatever. He kept on like, she was treating him like a servant, because that's what Maddie does with everyone, but especially Diego. It was bad. He was willing to do anything, and I was like, this is kind of concerning. Like, come on, don't do that. It made me feel some type of way. Don't treat him like a servant, please. But yeah, one of my favorite characters, definitely in top 3. I don't know how to rank my top 3, but he's definitely in top 3 for sure. Next we have Mia. Mia, great villain, because so far throughout, she came in season 3, probably the best villain this show has had this far. She was a villain, but she had a reason for wanting to do it, because she was all about like destroying all witches because they killed all Kanais, because Kanais are extinct except for her and Diego. So she wanted to kill the chosen one and all of the witches to get revenge for them killing her parents and all the people that she loves. Basically, that's her character. She turned the whole entire like city upside down when she came. Like everyone was in shambles trying to figure out what was going on. I don't like what this curl is doing. It's making me angry. Sorry. Yeah, she great. We got to know more about Kanais because of her, because she knew more about her powers, because she knew that she was a Kanai her whole life. So she got to train with her parents before they died. So she basically showed us what Kanais can do, basically turn into other people. That was cool. They can turn people evil with like a Kanai mark. Hello, this is editing Marina. Okay, so I don't know why I forgot to mention this. I don't think I mentioned this at all, but since Mia can turn people evil with her Kanai marking, she turned Daniel evil, which in turn led to a whole like thing of events happening throughout season 3. When he turned evil, he broke up with Emma. He started dating her. And then, like, when they got the marking off of him, he still sided with Emma. And that was a whole thing. I don't know why I forgot to mention that. That was really important. Season 3. He was only evil for like maybe 4 to 5 episodes, but like it was a big turning point in the show. Yeah, and then she started getting feelings for him. That was a whole thing. What else? Since Daniel started to defend her, Emma of course got mad. I think at this point they were on a break for like the 5th time, so she was angry, but whatever, who cares? They made a good couple, even though like she did kind of possess him. They, like, after he was done being possessed, he was still on her side, and I thought that was really weird but also cute. And then when Emma got mad, he was all like, well, you know, you're on Jax's side even though he tried to destroy the world, because she's always defending him. When he said that, I was like, ooh, that's how you feel, bitch. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I just felt like that was important to mention. Okay, bye-bye. That was also really cool. Basically everything that I wanted out of Diego's character, Mia gave me, but I wish that they became friends so she could train him. I really want to know more about the Kanai storyline. The witches are cool, but the Kanai storyline is really where it's at. I even would have taken Diego getting a spinoff, but I know that the spinoff would have involved Maddie and her Panther friends, which I'll get to later. But yeah, it was weird. It was weird because I feel like, although I like Andy, I feel like there wasn't really much to work with her character. I would have easily taken a Diego spinoff instead of Andy spinoff, but maybe that's just me. Mia was a good villain, a good character. In season 4, it was revealed that when Emma accidentally sent Daniel to another life, Mia was with Daniel in that other life, and they were dating. I was like, oh, this is cute. This is cute. Of course, Emma being Emma, she was irritated, even though she was with Jax at the time. That made me mad. But yeah, I like Mia and Daniel together. I think they're cute. I'll get to relationships at the end, but yeah, they were definitely a cute couple. Despite everything Emma did to like basically sabotage that whole relationship in season 4, they're a cute couple for sure. Next, we have Jax, number 1. Yep, fave. This boy, I say that Mia turned the town upside down. Jax basically had all of these people in a chokehold. He would not let them breathe. He was stressing everyone out for at least a good, no, throughout season 2. Oh, when he came in season 2, it was like no one got a break. And that's what I like about him. However, I don't like the fact that he was basically made to be the bad boy. I understand like the good girl and bad boy relationship is like a thing, but throughout the show you get to see him grow as a character and like develop into like a better person because of Emma. I don't like that. I'd rather him change because he feels like he should. Like he changes because he wants to change, not because like because he wants Emma. That's basically why he changes, to win over Emma and get her to date him instead of Daniel. That's why he wants to change to a good person. I don't know how much of a fan I was of that, but it ended up working. He did become a better person. So season 2, he was doing a lot. Yeah, season 2 is kind of annoying, but I also loved his character. So yeah, season 4 was when they started officially dating, Emma and Jax. That was great. They're a cute couple. However, again, same with Daniel, Jax doesn't deserve any of the stuff that Emma put him through. When she made Daniel disappear into that other life in the Everglades or whatever, she made everyone, including Jax, her current boyfriend, go out to the Everglades to find her ex-boyfriend that no one can remember. I don't know how Jax dealt with that. I don't know how he dealt with that. Emma's a lot to deal with in the later seasons, but he's like whipped, so I guess it doesn't matter. He literally did anything for her in the final season. I was like, wow, good boyfriend, but also kind of concerning. Like, kind of concerning. You're kind of becoming a lapdog, but it's fine. You do whatever for the people you love, all that jazz. Out of all the characters, he had the most character development, and it ended up being like turning out great for his character. I'm glad that him and his family worked all of their issues out, because I know that he hated his dad since season 2, and him and his dad got closer. He found his long lost sister Jessie, or more like she found him. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Sad what they had to do to his mom. He basically had him and Jessie basically had to kill their mom, or like send her to limbo or whatever. That was sad, but also she was evil, so I guess it's not that sad. But yeah, that's Jax's character. Hope he's doing great. Him and, like I said, him and Emma are a really good couple, but I don't know. Just like Diego, you gotta grow a backbone. Stop being a lapdog for your girlfriends. It's getting a little, like, it's okay to like do stuff for them, obviously, but like it's the way that Emma basically had him like on a leash. It's really concerning. Like he was willing to do anything for him. I was weird. Now we get into the Panthers, aka Maddie's little mean girl trio squad, whatever. So first we have Katie, aka my favorite out of the Panthers. Katie, here's my thing with Katie. I was all about Katie because in the 3rd season, she left the Panthers because she realized that Maddie was treating her terribly. I noticed this since season 1, but apparently it took like a long time for her to leave, just for her to come back and beg and wear a shirt that says, "I'm wrong on it, I'm sorry, Maddie," or something like that. I was like, you're way too good and way too smart. Like, you have to have some ounce of dignity. I don't know why people are crawling back to Maddie. Like, I've never understood that. I've never understood that ever. Also, she treats you like trash, so yeah, weird. But she's probably she is my favorite. She's really smart. Like half of the stuff that the Panthers do, and like to help Emma and Andy and everyone, she's basically the one who comes up with a lot of the plans, and it's no one gives her credit. Weird, but yeah, my favorite of the Panthers. She definitely deserves better friends. I hope she found some. I hope she finds some. I know that the show ended with Maddie and Diego going to find more Kanais to see if they're really extinct, and then the Panthers following them, because why? I hope that didn't last long. I really hope it didn't, because the last thing she needs to do is to keep following Maddie around. I understand they're best friends, but no one treats their best friends the way that Maddie treats hers. It's very weird. Yeah, basically servants. Concerning, weird, I don't like it. Now we get into Sophie. Okay. Here's my thing with Sophie, right? I'm not a fan of the dumb characters who are just there to be dumb. Because I feel like Sophie was supposed to be like the comic relief of the show, but every time she spoke, I literally got so annoyed because she brought nothing to the table. She was just there to like say something stupid, and then people looked at her weird because she was saying something stupid, and then moved on. Like there was no real plot to her. The only real plot she got was when, I think it was back in season 1, Maddie made a lizard turn into a human, because what have we not learned about turning things that don't belong human into humans and making human life? Whatever. This was back in season 1, so I'll give her a pass. But yeah, she turned a lizard into a human in season 1, and Sophie and the lizard started dating or whatever, having feelings for each other. That was weird. But yeah, that was the only plot line Sophie got, and I was fine with that. I was honestly fine with that. But yeah, Sophie brought nothing to the table other than like being stupid. Like, if you're gonna be stupid, at least be funny with the stupid jokes that you make. But she wasn't, so yeah. Next, we have the Terrible Three, aka Daniel's siblings. These guys didn't really bring anything to the table as well. They were just, I'm pretty sure they were there for comic relief. Like, they were just there to prank people, because that's basically their thing. They just prank everyone in Miami, or in Iridium High, that's their high school. Yeah, that's basically all they really did. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be the comic relief because of course it can't be a kid's show without someone getting like an unknown liquid thrown on them or like having something dumped on their heads as a joke. But the thing is, since this show doesn't have a laughing track, I didn't really know when to laugh. It was just the awkward silence and someone being dumped with stuff, or like when a joke was said, it wasn't really funny, so I was just staring. The show has its issues, but it's overall very entertaining to watch. But yeah, Terrible 3 didn't bring anything to the table. I'm pretty sure they tried to get them their own plot line in season 3. I don't remember what it was. It was like them against like Diego's little cousins who are also pranksters. That was okay, I guess. I mean, I wasn't a fan of it, but then again, they're not that important of characters. I'm just going from most to least important in the show. So next we have Gigi, Diego's sister. Here's the thing with Gigi. She serves no purpose as well. She's really just there to get in everyone's business and be the school gossip. That's basically it. She goes around with a camera everywhere. She can never get off her phone. She's always in everyone's business and personal space. It's really annoying. They tried to include her a lot more in season 4, and that irritated me because she really was nothing to the plot. She was in a way, because Maddie kept on using her powers in front of Gigi, and Gigi doesn't know that her brother Diego's a Kanai or that witches exist or anything like that. So whenever Maddie used her powers in front of her by accident, she had to wipe her memory every single time, to the point where Gigi started to forget stuff. But it wasn't that important because they kind of left that plot it disappeared. Like no one really knows where that plot came from. So yeah. Gigi really did not do anything for the show. I don't know what her character was for, if I'm being honest, because Gigi wasn't a Kanai, so, and Diego never told her about his powers, so yeah, she served no purpose as well. There are a lot of characters in this like show that really did nothing to move the plot along or like to even make me laugh. It was she was very annoying. I couldn't stand Gigi throughout the show. Next we have Tony. Now Tony is only a 1 season character. He was in the first season only, and he wasn't important. He was a fake magician. He liked Emma at some point, but Emma was into Daniel, so she didn't really care. He found out about Emma's powers before anyone else, but that was only because she did magic in front of him by accident, and I guess she didn't know how to take away his memory because it's only season 1, so she didn't really know that much about magic. Yeah, that's what Tony was for. He was annoying. He kept trying to win Emma over throughout the whole entire season, and when she clearly showed no interest, it was kind of embarrassing. I felt bad for him at some point, but also he kept on trying to get in Emma's business half the time. Like, just because he knew that she was a witch, he felt the need to like get all in her personal life and stuff. I thought that was annoying. But overall, he's not a bad character. We didn't get to know any more about him because for some reason he just left. I'm pretty sure they gave a clear explanation, but it's not that important enough for me to like write down in my notes. So yeah. Lastly, Mac. Mac is Diego's best friend. He was only in season 1. But he's the character that does stupid well. Like, he's funny. He only got a few lines in the season, but whenever he did talk, I laughed. He's the stupid character that's supposed to bring comedy and funniness to a show. That's what Sophie failed to do. That was Mac's character. I think I forgot to mention this. Daniel, Andy, Diego, Mac, and Tony, and Jax are all on the Iridium High swim team. That's not really that important, but I feel like that's enough to mention it because they've mentioned it like 50 times throughout the show. I don't know why the swim team, it's like they don't have any other sports at their school. But anyways, that's all the characters. Now I'm going to be talking about the relationships in the show. Yay! Okay, so I am a Gemma girl, so I liked Jax so much more than Daniel. Here's the thing, Jax was really willing to do anything for Emma, and that's something that Daniel just couldn't do. Like, he had a problem with her magic. Like, of course he got used to it as the show went on, but also they were on and off throughout the show. So like 1 minute he cared, 1 minute he didn't. He could never like commit. He could never commit. Like he's in love with Emma, but yet like whenever she used magic, he felt some type of way about it. Like he didn't like all of her. He only liked the human side of her. Weird. Meanwhile, Jax liked Emma for who she was, because Jax could relate because he is a wizard. So yeah. Also, I feel like their relationship was a lot cuter. Daniel and Emma lasted like 2 seasons. Jax and Emma was only lasted like 1, and it was in season 4. And Jax and Emma were a lot cuter than Daniel and Emma. If you like Daniel, that's fine too. Like I understand why. He's not a bad guy. It's just like you could just tell that they're not. If you're on and off as much as they were, then they're just not meant to be together. That's just the way cookie crumbles. Meanwhile, Jax and Emma never even fought. I think they never even fought for like 2 seasons, because in season 3 Jax was working his way towards Emma for her to date him, because her and Daniel want to break again, so that gave Jax a clear chance of getting with him. So even with that, they never really fought. Jax and Emma were always really happy together. So yeah, they're obviously the better couple. Next we have Daniel and Diego and Maddie. So they're really cute as well. Like I said before, I think Maddie definitely needed Diego, only so she can see that the world does not revolve around her, because it doesn't. And Diego had to teach her how to be nicer to people. Because really Maddie treats everyone like trash, but Diego taught her how to basically be a nicer person, and I thought that was great. Also, their whole entire like plot line in season 4 is to get Maddie's family to see him as a good boyfriend for her, because all they really saw him as is a Kanai, and like I said before, witches and Kanais don't get along. So their whole plot line in season 4 was really good, even though they broke up for 5 minutes, but they got back together. Like it's no big deal. I completely remembered they did break up for 5 minutes, and it only lasted 5 minutes, and they got back together. So yeah, they're really cute. I like them together. I hope that they're one of the most long-lasting relationships. Like, I know that the show's ended, but I can see them together for a while, because they bounce off of each other so well. I know this is kind of relevant, but let's talk about Andy and Philip. I know Philip is a zombie, a video game character, but they were a relationship, and I feel like it's valid, because yeah. Okay, so Andy and Philip were cute. The moments that they had together were cute. Like, I remember Andy took him out for pizza when he was a zombie. I know, this is so weird, but she took him out for pizza when he was a zombie to try to get him to learn how to eat like a human and like eat pizza and not brains. And that lasted for a while. Like he was actually like doing really well until he wasn't. But anyways, yeah, they were really cute together. But the obvious problem is that he's not real, so of course he has to be put back in the game. But when Emma did turn him human, they were also really cute together. They only lasted maybe 2 episodes before he left for season 4, so the whole entire there was no real reason to bring him back, because Andy's not even in a relationship with him for that long. Getting irritated. Anyways, yeah, they're cute. If he was an actual human from the human world that we live in, then yes, I feel like they would definitely thrive in the actual world that we live in. But sadly, that's just not the case. I hope Andy found someone real today, an actual boy who likes her, that's not undead, because that's what she deserves. Now I'm going to be talking about villains and certain plot lines that I wasn't that big of a fan of. So the different villains throughout the show. So we had the principal from the first season, who was the chosen one, just like Emma is the chosen one and wanted to take Emma's powers to be the actual chosen one. We have the principal, and then we have Desdemona, the witch from the Witches Council, who turned evil because of the full moon. That was weird. Oh, and also season 2, because this is like Desdemona was a season 2 villain. We also have evil Emma, the evil clone that Emma made by accident. She's also a villain, great villain. And then we have Mia, of course, my girl Mia. She was a great villain as well. And then season 4 villain, we have Jax's mother. So, oh, and Emma. I'd count Emma as the villain in season 4 too, because she was that annoying. Out of all the villains, I said this, but Mia is definitely the best. However, Emma in season 4, when she was basically stressing everyone out because she kept on using her powers terribly to get her mother back, great. I thought that was great. Like I said, I hate what they did with her character. However, as a villain, they don't address her as a villain, but she's definitely the villain of season 4 along with Jax's mom. She did great job. I thought that was a great way to twist the show, because she's been annoying and like careless with her powers, but in season 4 you can see her actually acting out and like because like she wants to. In season 2 she was acting out because of the full moon and its effect on witches and you know all that stuff. In season 3 she was basically like standing up to the council, telling them that she's gonna do whatever she wants, and I was with her for that, because you know they tried to control her a lot and that it's kind of annoying, but I understand why. Season 4 was just her getting really out of hand, and I thought that was a good way to like to put a spin on her character, even though all of her character development was lost. It was a good way to put a spin on her character. I liked her as a villain. A few of the plot lines that I was kind of iffy about, like I said, I didn't like Emma constantly bringing back Philip from the video game. The second time he was brought back was from her magical book, The Hexerin, because apparently books can cast spells in this show. It's a Nick show. Keep that in mind as I say this. But yeah, he was brought back the second time by her magical book, but every time he was brought back, she wanted to change something to alter reality. It was annoying. He is a video game character. Put him back in the video game. I didn't like that. I also didn't like the fact that she was dragging everyone around to get Daniel back, because once she, in season 3, the way season 3 ended, she picked Jax over Daniel, and that somehow made a continuum break happen and alter reality to the point where Daniel had to go into another life and everyone forgets about Daniel except for Emma. So she drags everyone out to the Everglades where his other life is to get Daniel back. Does that make sense? Do you guys get? Yeah. But no one remembers this person. No one remembers Daniel. So she's basically making everyone road trip back and forth across Florida to go get Daniel, who's happy with his life in the Everglades. So even when she does get Daniel back in Miami, he wants to go back to the Everglades where his life is. But now that Daniel knows about his other life, because Emma told him, because she's selfish, he's gonna disappear unless he remembers his other life. So basically half of season 4 is just her making dumb mistakes to ruin Daniel's life. Not feeling sorry for it whatsoever, by the way. Like she's very determined on getting him to remember, and he does eventually, but like she doesn't. She's like, I'm gonna get him back because I did this to him, blah blah blah. But I was like, you see, because when she went to the Everglades with everyone, she saw how happy Daniel was. He didn't seem sad about his life. He was happy with Mia, of course. Emma didn't like that, even though she was with Jax at the time, so I don't know why she was so angry about that. Whatever. She saw that he was happy in his other life, yet she felt the need to alter reality again. You see why I'm getting frustrated? Yeah. Emma was definitely the villain of season 4. But she was a good villain. I just didn't like all the stuff that she did was frustrating, because there was no real reason to, like, I understand why she wanted to do it. She wanted to save Daniel, but when she saw that he was okay, she should have just left it alone. But of course she can't, because she's Emma. Yeah, what other plot lines? Oh, Maddie's mom and Emma's dad getting together at the end. I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid. Maddie's mom has been obsessed with Emma's dad since they moved to Miami in season 1. And Maddie's mom was already kind of weird and not that good of a mother. Let me explain. She, in season 2, Maddie and Emma lost their powers. Emma still has hers, however, she has not told anyone. Maddie, on the other hand, has really lost her powers. After defeating the principal in season 1, it took all her powers. However, her powers just bounced off of her and into her mother. Her mother didn't tell her at all, though. Her mother had her powers throughout the whole summer, didn't tell her at all. But guess who finds out? Sophie. Sophie finds out. So that ends up with Maddie finding out that her mom has her powers and her mom not wanting to give them back, but she has to force herself to give them back. And Diego is basically like the key to it all. Like they connect themselves to Diego. It's a power transfer spell, but doing that might kill him. It was like this whole thing. I was like, you are a terrible mother. A terrible mother. I didn't like that they got together in the end, Emma's dad and her. That was weird and unnecessary. Lily. I don't think I talked about Lily at all in this, I think. Lily is also one of my favorite characters, but the thing is, Emma doesn't deserve her as a guardian. Okay, so Lily is Emma's guardian, but you barely see her after season 1 because she's training to be a council member, because the council is in charge of all the witches and what goes on in the world, in the witchcraft world or whatever. So throughout the whole entire show, she's like training to be a council member. So after season 1, you barely see her. I didn't like that. But when she was around, she was helpful. Like, she was trying to keep Emma in check. She was always on Emma's side. Even when Emma was doing bad stuff, she was like, yeah, I'm just trying to help you, you know. But Emma being stubborn and annoying, she says, no, you're against me, blah, blah, blah. And Lily is a great character to have. She was, throughout the whole entire show, she's just so sweet, so nice, so helpful. Great character. I wish that she didn't become a council member. I don't know why they had to do that. Apparently there's a whole council of like many more members than 3 or 2. I don't know why they only sent the same 2 council members down. It's weird. So yeah, I don't understand the point of Lily becoming a council member, but that was the thing. It happened. It lasted 3 seasons, so I had to get used to it eventually. She made her pop up like every once in a while throughout each season after season 1, but it wasn't the same. No, it wasn't the same. I wish that they kept her as like a reoccurring character like every episode, because the more Lily showed up, the more Emma realized that what she was doing was stupid. So yeah, she great character. Oh, Jack's dating Emma's evil clone in season 2, that was unnecessary as well. I mean, granted, in season 2 he's seen as the bad guy or whatever, the bad boy, so of course he'll date the evil clone of Emma instead of actual Emma, even though he likes the actual Emma. I don't understand what that was about, but yeah, that was stupid. But again, he grew as a character as the seasons went on, so I feel like talking about season 2 Jax is so like, it's not important because of who he became after everything that happened to him. But yeah, I was watching it and I was so confused. I was like, why are you trying to get with the evil Emma when the actual Emma that you like is right there for the taking? Because I'm pretty sure her and Daniel are on their break for like the 3rd time in season 2, so she was there for the taking. Yet nothing really. You go for the evil clone who wants to take over the world. I mean, he got his redemption arc in like the last 5 minutes of season 2, where he's just like, no, I don't want to end the world with you, and then goes to save Emma. But that was stupid. I don't like that they did that. Like I said, I feel some type of way about season 2 Jax, but I still like him. It's just, did a lot of dumb stuff in season 2, but that's where the character development comes into play afterwards. So it was needed, but very annoying. I'm pretty sure that's it. I have a lot of notes. However, I don't think I need to go through all of these. I'm already like 45 minutes into this video, so this is already going to be a long video. But yeah, it's just a great show. If you're gonna watch it, I recommend you just skip season 1. I'll break down season 1 to you right now. Emma moves to Miami, finds out she's a wizard, tries to get with Daniel. Maddie doesn't like that she's getting with Daniel and is her arch nemesis throughout high school. They have to take down the principal, who is a villain. They do that, bada bing, bada boom. Everyone thinks that they lost their powers. Emma didn't lose her powers, Maddie did, and that's how season 2 starts. I'm telling you, season 1 is not worth going through. It's really not. It's not. It's really bad acting. Getting through season 1 to get to season 2 was like a hill I never want to climb up again. It was terrible. I don't wish that on anyone, because they can't act. I mean, they can't act throughout the show, but it got better as the seasons went along, or you just get used to it. I'm not sure if it got, maybe I just got used to it, but I swear the acting was like a lot better by season 4. So I don't watch season 1. It's also kind of boring without Jax. He was kind of the best character on the show. So yeah, that's it. If you like this video, thanks. Thanks for watching. It's a really long video, so if you really stuck around, thanks for watching. I wanted to just talk about this show because I've been watching it for like about 2 weeks, and I needed to get everything off my chest. So here you go. All my opinions that you didn't ask for, but I gave anyways. Here you go. Yeah. Okay, I am going to go now and watch Phineas and Ferb. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.